Peacework Guidebook Unpacked, Episode 5. Conflict Sensitivity and Peacebuilding. There are various meanings of peace in different languages and from different cultures, religions, and regions across the world. If defined as an absolute absence of violence, peace is more of an ideal, a vision to strive for and towards. Unfortunately, as discussed earlier in the section on conflict, there are also power-bearing social groups thriving on conflict to whom peace is not a priority. Social dynamics resulting from these two processes, conflict mongering and practicing peace, is essentially the topic of peace work. Anything is better than war is a common perception of people who have experienced a violent conflict. Reminding people of experiences and memories of a violent conflict is a powerful tool for focusing people's attention away from peace, making them feel powerless and thinking that there is nothing they could do to bring about peace, which is not true. There is far more to human life than what is called cold peace, which is defined as a mere absence of violence. There is also warm, positive, or comprehensive peace along the spectrum, when people are interacting non-violently and are managing their conflict in constructive ways. Such peace is about people's quality of life and reaching their maximum human potential under given social circumstances, exercising their rights, economic well-being and prosperity, and a healthy environment. Relying on the concept of positive peace, there is also a concept of just peace. Just peace became a school of thought and a set of principles for building a positive peace at all stages of an acute conflict before, during, and after it. There are three key approaches of just peace: peace principles and moral criteria that guide actions aimed at institutional change and provide an ethical responsibility judgment framework; practical norms providing guidance on constructive actions for peace, including just peace pedagogy and skills-based training; virtue ethics that calls people to self-reflection, thinking and acting upon virtues and they cultivate in order to live, advocate and build peace; conflict sensitivity and peace building. The term conflict sensitivity came into use at the beginning of this century. For a long time, it was assumed that efforts to build peace are by definition sensitive to the context of violent conflict. Systematic analysis showed this is not the case. Peacebuilding primarily focuses on actors, their interactions, and interplay with other contextual factors in the light of conflict and potentials for its non-violent resolution. Peacebuilding thus is an aim, a goal. Yet, efforts aimed at peacebuilding are not necessarily conflict sensitive. Conflict sensitivity is a framework that reminds us that any kind of activity takes place within a complex system. Activities affect all elements of that system in very different ways. Conflict sensitivity today also provides a set of tools to enhance the quality and effectiveness of peacebuilding activities. It is helpful to distinguish two distinct approaches for engaging in a situation of violent conflict: working in conflict and working on conflict. Working in conflict. Activities carried out in a situation of violent conflict with the intention to achieve significant change in the situation through social development, humanitarian assistance, economic investment. Working on conflict. Activities intended to reduce violence and contribute to peace through changing attitudes, behaviors, relationships, and socio-political structures. Challenges. Avoid unintended harmful effects by strengthening factors that drive confrontation and violence, or by weakening local capacities for peace. These approaches working in and on conflict imply different focuses of activity and ways of operation. This model of understanding conflict-related approaches helps differentiate the main intention of an activity. Peacemaking means mobilizing diplomats, politicians, and, if necessary, military means to end hostilities and bring about an agreement to and stop violence from happening. Peacekeeping. Once an agreement has been reached, peacekeeping ensues as a way of monitoring and enforcing the agreement. This also means supervising various trust and confidence-building activities that are expected to serve as a base for further peacebuilding. Peacebuilding, a non-coercive series of programs and projects that address the causes of conflict and people's past experiences with it in order to promote sustainable stability and justice. It is important to note that this model is very general and does not take into account the role of non-governmental actors, most certainly not the role of indigenous non-governmental actors, such as grassroots community groups and individuals, which are considered key agents of peace by contemporary scholars in the field of conflict transformation, as well as peace practitioners worldwide. Next episode: conflict resolution compared with conflict transformation. Thank you for watching.